Right now at 10, absentee ballot counting. A new bill would allow election workers in Wisconsin to start counting absentee ballots before Election Day.
And trucking troubles. The people who bring raw milk to the processors say they're struggling to keep business running as inflation hurts operation costs.
Plus, trick-or-treating usually held outdoors, but an area hospital made sure those who were forced to stay inside still had some Halloween fun.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Well, the former leader of the La Crosse Tea Party is heading to trial.
Gregory Luce has been charged in connection to an alleged hit and run back in August. A not guilty plea was entered on behalf of Luce during a preliminary hearing yesterday. The criminal complaint alleges Luce drove recklessly on Losey Boulevard, which led to an altercation with a motorcyclist. Luce brake-checked the motorcyclist, who claims Luce's truck hit his motorcycle and caused him to fall. Luce drove away but claims his truck did not hit anyone. A pretrial conference is scheduled for November 17th.
A Winona woman accused of killing her husband in a hit and run appeared in court today. 51-year-old Lori Phillips has already pleaded not guilty to charges connected to her husband's 2019 death in Holmen. Phillips says she found his body in a snowbank in their driveway the morning after they had a heated argument. The case is soon heading to trial. But today Phillips was in court for a motion hearing to decide if the jury can visit the scene of the crime. The state argued it would help the jury get a better understanding of the evidence. Ultimately, the judge sided against the jury view, saying it would be prejudicial. Jury selection and the trial are set to start next Monday.
La Crosse will be getting $160,000 in federal funding for road safety planning. 5 Wisconsin communities were awarded a total of nearly $1 million. The money comes from the USDOT's Safe Streets and Roads for All program. La Crosse will use its portion to develop plans for projects focused on creating safer and more equitable streets. The federal funds are coming from the 2021 bipartisan infrastructure law. Monday, we showed you how small dairy farmers struggle to overcome tighter and tighter margins as costs continue to soar. One dairy farmer told us he's at the bottom of the food chain, but the next step above him, truckers, are in just as big a hole. Tim Neubauer has his own trucking company in Sparta. 39 trucks, 60 drivers, hauling milk from 80 Wisconsin dairy farms for 6 processors. He says profits are way down the last couple of years. Wages have gone up $2 to $5 an hour. Inflation has made tires and other parts double in price. The cost of diesel fuel doubling has been his biggest problem. It's stopping him from investing into new trucks for his fleet to replace old ones that are decades old. He's selling off some equipment to try and generate cash, but the rising costs have forced other haulers completely out of the industry, something the rest of them are trying to avoid.
So many milk haulers that had to exit the business because they could not keep going, that they started paying us better, compensating the diesel fuel costs and the wages so we could stay in business. Another 4 years of this high-priced fuel and all the parts are high. We don't know how much longer we could withstand it.
He says fuel prices need to come down, or Americans may have to shift to paying more for food than they're used to.
Governor Tony Evers is suing the Republican-controlled state legislature. The Wisconsin Democrat is arguing that the legislature is obstructing basic government functions. That includes not signing off on previously approved pay raises for university employees. Evers is hoping to bypass lower courts. He's asking the liberal-controlled state Supreme Court to take the case directly. Republican Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu dismissed the lawsuit as frivolous.
State Republicans are reintroducing a bill that would allow election workers to start counting absentee ballots a day early. Early voting has risen in popularity since 2020, but current state law says absentee ballots can't be processed until Election Day. That means large cities like Milwaukee and Madison are counting long into the night and into the following day. So if passed, the bill would allow those major cities a head start to get results in on election night. Republicans are the only ones to voice support so far, but one Senate Democrat tells Wisconsin Public Radio his party is having positive discussions with the GOP. A similar bill in 2019 actually had bipartisan support, but it never made it to the governor's desk.
A group of bipartisan Wisconsin lawmakers want to make sure artificial intelligence doesn't influence future elections. They're launching a new bill that would require candidates and political groups to make it clear when they're using AI-generated audio or video in campaign ads. Those groups would need to put a content label at the beginning of the projects that say, "This video content generated by AI." Any violations would trigger a $1,000 fine. The lawmakers behind the effort say it's a step toward reducing the potential for AI spreading misinformation in the coming election cycles. It's another example of larger conversations around AI's use in society. Federal legislators are proposing regulations on how that kind of content is used.
A new report finds PayPal's charity arm gave thousands of dollars to organizations who propped up discredited COVID-19 information. The nonprofit and nonpartisan Wisconsin Watch dug through 2021 tax records for PayPal's Giving Fund. The Giving Fund is a registered 501c3 that allows donors to give directly through PayPal and recommend where that money should go. The outlet found that charity gave $23,000 to an organization that promoted discredited treatments for COVID-19. It also found major firms like Fidelity and Charles Schwab donated hundreds of thousands of anonymous dollars to the same discredited group. PayPal gave a statement to Wisconsin Watch saying it regularly reviews activity and will discontinue relationships with any account holders who violate its acceptable use policy. Hard to believe, just a few hours ago we were waking up to snowfall in the region.
It was a moment to capture. I filmed it on my cell phone. I've never experienced a Halloween with snow before.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Toledo never had that special day,
No, not
huh?
in Halloween. Not on Halloween, no.
Hey, Western Wisconsin, we're giving her something new to experience.
There's some pros and cons to it. I grew up with, it could have been a cold, wet Halloween. So at least it was snow, but it was dry for most of the Halloween, and that's the good news. We did set a record in Eau Claire. We had 2.1 inches, barely broke the old record in 1932. Nothing like we saw for those folks that remember the 91 blizzard that hit most of Minnesota with a ton of snow up there. So it wasn't quite as bad, but definitely was something a little bit unusual. Otherwise, most of it is pushed off to the east. We just have cloud cover and really nothing downstream up to the plains that's really of importance. Just cloud cover, that's what we're going to be dealing with off and on. So that's the positive news. Overall, the temperatures have dropped off. They will continue to fall. We're in the 20s. Most locations will fall probably even further to the teens. Overall highs more like about the middle of December for these highs that we had today. We're waking up, it's going to be cold, but we are not going to see the wind as we saw today, so it's going to be feeling a little different. We'll get up to about the 34 degree for for Eau Claire, and for La Crosse, still once again cold morning, but we will get up above freezing here by noon, climbing back up into around 40 degrees. So coming up later, we're going to break down when we'll see 50 coming back, how the weekend looks, and whether we got any rain or snow coming up later in the broadcast. Of course, my buddy's here hanging out.
I was going to say, do we get a little introduction? Who are we?
No, he's just hanging out after having a long night scaring people. So
He looks like a businessman in the witching
he is.
business.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Well done. We are a clever bunch over here. Thanks, Greg. The Tomah VA Medical Center held a recovery rally today celebrating their services for veterans who are dealing with mental health and substance use challenges. The open event focused on healing and featured guest speakers who shared their personal journeys of recovery. They talked about the importance of connection and remembering to remain authentic during the healing process, emphasizing that no two paths in recovery are the same. The director of substance use disorders says communication also plays a vital role.
Just talking about mental health is the way to healing, and bringing everyone together to remind them that we have so many services available to veterans, and that they're not alone, so that they can come here, connect with each other on something that's meaningful, and know that they've got support here at the VA.
The Tomah VA Medical Center serves approximately 28,000 veterans in 16 counties in both Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Well, communities across the Coulee region celebrated the spookiest day of the year, and Viroqua businesses made sure there were more treats than tricks. The annual Safe Downtown Trick-or-Treat event returned to the downtown Viroqua area. From 3 to 5 p.m., local businesses opened their doors for young trick-or-treaters. The family-friendly event provides a safe environment for kids to enjoy Halloween right after school. One small business owner says events like this are what make Viroqua, Viroqua.
We're in a community that engages with each other, and every opportunity we get, we come out for holidays and, just the whole celebration of it all, really.
Viroqua High School was also feeling the holiday spirit and decided to do some good. The Student Council collected non-perishable food items during trick-or-treating hours. Those items will be donated to local food pantries.
Trick-or-treating, normally an outdoor tradition, of course, but for those stuck in the hospital, it can be especially difficult.
Luckily for the kids at Gunderson Health, the hospital staff put their own twist on this holiday tradition. News 8 Now's Shaquille Davis has the story.
Hi, Noah. Yeah, how you know her name? I do know her name because she's our nurse. Hi, sweetie. Happy Halloween.
They actually care about the patients here. They don't, like, it's not a number to them. They're actually caring, loving. They treat every kid like their own.
Trick-or-treating inside a hospital hallway isn't ideal.
It's good to have someone that actually cares, an organization that cares.
But the staff at Gunderson says it's their mission to give the kids the best Halloween possible.
Just something to make the family smile, because having their baby here is not an easy thing. It's just something to brighten their day and to make everybody else smile for Halloween.
Even the smallest kids here got in on the action.
We decided to dress up the babies this year, and so we have costumes for the babies to be in, and they can be a variety of different things.
NICU nurse Renee Salverson is the mastermind behind the costumes.
Just searching different newborn crochet outfits. Most of them are animals. There's a couple that aren't, but the majority of them are all animals just because they're cute.
Travis Buck, whose 3 daughters are patients here, is grateful his kids have a place to spend Halloween. His daughter Elena has one message for the staff.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween. There we go.
In La Crosse, Shaquille Davis, News 8 Now.
Coming
So
up.
adorable.
It is. But coming up tonight at 10, Israel's invasion into Gaza continues to intensify.
An Israeli official says there is no deal in sight to release the hostages as the death toll continues to climb.
I went from doing heroin and cocaine on a daily basis to selling things, stealing things, even selling to my friends, and then cutting it down just to keep my addiction going. Knowing that there's Narcan out there that could help you not die and have that chance of tomorrow, I'd hope everyone does their due diligence in learning ways they can get it.
It's the biggest event in King Furniture's history, a complete and total liquidation of all in-stock items in our store. Shop over $2 million of quality name brand furniture priced for immediate liquidation. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to save as never before on living room, dining room, bedroom furniture, and more. When each and every piece of furniture has been sold, King Furniture will shut down for 30 to 60 days for a complete and total renovation. Don't miss the King Furniture Total Liquidation Sale going on now.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
God. What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open. You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
Israel's invasion of Gaza is growing more intense, with troops and tanks advancing further into enemy territory. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says the Palestinian death toll in the area has surpassed 8,500.
An Israeli strike on Gaza's biggest refugee camp added to that rising number. CBS News correspondent Tina Kraus is in Tel Aviv.
As the war intensifies, Israel says its military entered fierce battles on the ground with Hamas militants in the Gaza Strip. Deadly IDF airstrikes on Tuesday brought devastation to a crowded refugee camp in northern Gaza. Hamas says dozens of Palestinians were killed.
With too many Israeli and Palestinian lives already lost, this escalation only increases the immense suffering of civilians.
The Israeli military says the air assault on the camp took out a top Hamas commander linked to the October 7th massacre, as well as a large number of militants. Hamas is firing back, launching more rockets toward Israel. In the city of Ashdod, 4 people were wounded. The daily rocket barrages reaching deep into Israel.
With Hamas still holding 240 hostages, people here in Tel Aviv spoke about the uncertainty and fear the war brings. When you see Israel in the ground invasion taking on Hamas now, do you hope they will destroy Hamas, or do you worry for the hostages?
I hope they would be able to do both. I don't know how.
Victims of the Hamas attack that killed more than 1,400 people in southern Israel are still arriving at a mobile morgue for identification.
All of them had severe signs of abuse and severe signs of torture.
Hamas told mediators they'll let a number of foreign hostages go in the coming days, but Israel's national security advisor said there's no deal in sight for their release. In song and solidarity, families of Israeli hostages gathered to demand their loved ones be set free. Tina Kraus, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
2 Israeli soldiers were killed in ground operations in Gaza.
Well, still ahead, traditional trick-or-treating is done door to door.
But one area school came up with its own style, trunk-to-trunk trick-or-treating.
As we approach the daylight savings end here, we're going to see temperatures actually rebound a little bit back to the 50s. But in the meantime, we still got some cold temperatures to deal with. I'll break all that down and whether the weekend's dry, all that coming up on your First Warn weather update after the break.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are lots of matzo pizza, just $4.99. Dole chopped or premium salad kits, just $2.99. And select Coke products or AHA, just $4.99 each when you buy 3. Only at Hy-Vee.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend. Haul or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it,
Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Signs build brands, create impact, and grab attention. Signorama Lacrosse is your full-service sign center. We use the latest technology and highest quality products to produce custom signs, vehicle wraps, banners, wall murals, window graphics, and trade show displays. Signorama Lacrosse Design Services will help create the perfect sign to advertise your product or business. We can custom make any type of sign, including box signs, channel letters, custom logos, digital graphics, and directory signs. Signorama Lacrosse, locally owned, globally known.
It's the Bobby Bones Show. Get your morning started right.
She says my boyfriend can't stand that I listen to the show. He would rather I spend time with him.
That's crazy.
Oh, just dump him.
What do you call a pig that does karate?
What?
A pork chop.
Of course you do.
Yes!
A woman donated a kidney to a complete stranger, all because of a Facebook post.
You're gonna walk away feeling better than you did before.
Join me, Bobby Bones, every weekday morning starting at 6 on Kicks 106.3.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Kraft macaroni and cheese, just 77 cents. Pork loin back ribs, just $1.99 a pound. And 4 pounds of Hy-Vee sugar, just $1.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Don't be tricked by sales and free stuff. Better products at better prices on all your home improvements during the 2023 Fall Home Show at the Board Store Home Improvements. Don't miss it.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Crucifixion School celebrated Halloween today with their annual Trunk or Treat event. Instead of traditional door-to-door trick-or-treating, this one was trunk to trunk. Parents parked their cars and opened their trunks up, which were full of candy and all types of goodies for the kiddos. Everyone had a blast walking to each trunk and collecting treats.
Yeah, I've done it for the past 8 years. It's important. You know, kids grow fast. They're only little ones, and it's fun to see them and have their mom dress up like Tigger.
Ritter says it's nice to see the parents come together to celebrate Halloween with the kids each year. The local PD and fire departments also joined in, handing out candy from their fire trucks and police cars. A great scene for sure, although it looked to be a little on the chilly side.
I sure did.
Saw Mom a little bundled
up
in the Tigger costume, and I was feeling that this morning. Did not want to take the dogs outside because it was so cold. Greg, come on, man.
Is this a trick?
Well, here, go to Southern California right there. There it's warm. really got to give you an idea really that what the pattern is. We've been dealing with the cold temperatures, but over to the west, which is typical for this time of year to actually get fairly warm out to the southwest and get that offshore flow in California, which does create somewhat of a fire hazard issue. But there's where the 80s, 70s are presented. But as you zoom up to our area, we've been entrenched in this cold air mass for quite a while, all the way up to the Dakotas. And it's going to be here for a few more days, but eventually we are going to get some milder temperatures here. Overall, everything is pushed to the east. We just have some cloud cover beginning to push closer to us, but there's nothing associated with that with any precipitation here. So the next time we have showers, it may be Saturday or Sunday, but I think the better shot's going to be Monday or Tuesday. And then we might see some snow next week. A lot of it's too early to tell, but this time of year, when you get temperatures in the 30s at night and have rainfall, you could get some snow. Otherwise, 30s and 40s. We'll get back to the average, about seasonable 50s for Friday. And we'll be around that through the weekend, and then maybe a slow start drop back in temperatures to the 40s, which won't be too far as we go into the first full week of November. Otherwise, tonight we'll have partly clear skies for just a brief moment tonight, but we'll start seeing higher clouds begin to push overhead. Regardless, our temperatures are going to get fairly chilly. We're going to look at the low 20s, upper teens in certain areas as you wake up. Tomorrow, just a lot of cloud cover, but notice the wind directions from the southwest, so that'll be a little bit better than having that northwest breeze that we had going on today. Otherwise, we'll just see temperatures a little bit fewer degrees higher, so we're looking at maybe the mid to upper 30s to near 40 for some locations. Then as we go through tomorrow night, just more and off cloud cover. We're going to kind of be dealing with that off and on throughout the several days. We have a little bit of weak systems coming through, but you can see just cloud cover. There's one coming through Friday. Once again, that could come through here, painting a little bit of precipitation with that, but I think it's going to be mainly cloud cover we're going to deal with, and maybe more on the way too. So that's really what we're looking for. Precipitation-wise this weekend, there's just a slight chance we might see some of this give us a little bit of a shower, but I think the better shot comes as we get closer to Monday and Tuesday. That's when the system really begins to push, and you can see it right here by Monday, and then Tuesday, that's when it's probably going to head south. We're going to get some rainfall. It depends if it's all day, and if it's whether it's rain or snow up to the north. That still remains to be a question. We'll actually get a better handle as we get closer. Meaning of snow, right now, as we look towards that system, towards Monday, Tuesday, we're only painting a little bit of a picture up here for just a 10% chance for some 30 inches or more snow. Something to keep in mind of as we head into next week. Too early to say exactly how much, but we'll have to keep an eye on that system for areas further north and away from probably La Crosse right now. Overall temperatures, not a lot of blue right now. That's the good news. We're going to see the temperatures actually push closer to average through the weekend, and then we'll probably start seeing them fall a little bit back next week. But overall, not too bad. For tonight, once again, it's going to be cold for first as you wake up on the first day of November. We're looking at upper teens to near 20. Once again, light winds. Tomorrow, we're looking at a lot of cloud cover, just high clouds, but notice the temperature's a little bit warmer, but the winds are out of the southwest and they're light, so it'll actually feel a little better than what we had with the northwest winds today. Otherwise, you look at the 8-day forecast, we go up to the 50s for many locations all the way through Sunday. As you change your clock back, we're going to kind of change the clock back to the 40s next week with rain coming back in the forecast. And we could actually see maybe some snow or something. A lot of questions remain on next week. But overall, we just got to get through the next probably 24 hours, and we'll see the 50s come back.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, there's nothing more scary than the NFL trade deadline. Both the Packers and the Vikings made big trades this afternoon that'll impact the rest of their season. Cade's details are next.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Menards is your one-stop shop for all your pet supply needs. From leashes and collars to toys and food, you're sure to find what you're looking for. Stock up on Master Paws original dog food for just $28.99 after rebate. Or pick up Master Paws cat litter for $9.99 after rebate. If you need it for your pet, you'll find it at Menards. Because we know that pets are family, and family deserves the best.
Save big money at Menards.
Ready to transform your space? Or perhaps your favorite room just needs a few updates? Let our design consultants help you discover the possibilities to update your home. We take the time to discuss your space, your needs, and your budget. Cooley Carpet will help you every step of the way, from start to finish, with design professionals and expert installation to meet all your expectations. Let our dedicated team help you achieve your dream space. Visit us at Cooley Carpet Center on Mormon Cooley Road in La Crosse.
Hello, this is a real lawyer. Yeah, I've won 1 million cases. And I'm in a bunch of billboards.
Whoa, buddy. If they want the real Nicolay, they should get the real Nicolay.
Fine.
Thank you. Russell Nicolay here. Yeah, we can help.
In a world full of choices, make sure you get the real Nicolay.
How'd you even get in here? What are you doing answering calls? Where's your mom, man?
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
All right, welcome to News 8 Now Sports. Rob Schiff will be back tomorrow. College athletics has seen a lot of change and will continue to do so as conference realignment continues to set in. It's even trickled down to the smaller schools as everyone is doing what they think is best for their program, and is exactly why Viterbo Athletics will be moving to the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Earlier today at the Viterbo Athletic Center, coaches, athletes, and administration gathered as Viterbo President Rick Tritely and Athletic Director Barry Freed made the announcement official. Starting next year, Viterbo Athletics will no longer be in the North Star Athletic Association. They will be joining 12 other schools in the CCAC. More stability, more exposure, and less travel are all things that played a role in the decision, and Freed says it's important to get ahead before falling behind.
That's just how college athletics is right now. Realignment all over the country, and you have to be willing to change with the times, and we think this is a phenomenal fit for us to move to the Chicagoland.
Well, Freed also told me that the schools in the CCAC are very similar to Viterbo in terms of mission, size, and overall profile. President Tritely also says it's not only great for the student athletes, but the move will get the Viterbo brand into a bigger market all across Illinois. The move will start at the beginning of the 2024-25 academic year. All right, the Winona Senior Girls Soccer Team was up at U.S. Bank Stadium this afternoon for a state semifinal match, but the Winhawks fall a little short in this one, losing 7-1. They'll play for third place tomorrow. We also had some big Minnesota high school volleyball matches over in Rochester. Mabel Canton has been one of the best teams in Minnesota. They move on 3-0, and Spring Grove falling just short to Alden Conger, falling 16-14 in set 5. Mabel Canton and Alden Conger will face off in Thursday in the semifinals. All right, today was the trade deadline, and the Green Bay Packers decided to get in on the action by sending away one of their best defensive players in Rasul Douglas. Douglas, along with a 5th-round pick, are being traded to the Buffalo Bills for a 2024 3rd-round draft pick. Douglas played in 36 games since joining the Packers in 21, recording 160 tackles, 32 pass breakups, and 10 interceptions. A clear sign on what the Packers' expectations are for the rest of the season. And in Minnesota, the Vikings are bringing in a new quarterback to replace Kirk Cousins. The Vikings traded for Cardinals quarterback Josh Dobbs. The Vikings are sending Arizona a 6th-round draft pick in exchange for Dobbs and a 7th-round draft pick. This trade comes just days after Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins suffered a torn Achilles and will be out for the year. Dobbs has started 8 games this year for Arizona, throwing for just over 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. This isn't a permanent replacement, just a move to survive the rest of the season. All right, it's been an up and down season for the Wisconsin Badger offense. At times, it's looked great, and at times, it's been frustrating. Injuries have also been frustrating as the Badgers have lost Ches Malusi and Tanner Mordecai for the season, 2 big parts of the offensive scheme. Now, Mordecai spoke for the first time since the injury on this week's Wisconsin Huddle and talked about how he still has a role to play and wants to be there for his guy.
It's tough. I mean, the main reason I'm here is to play quarterback for the Badgers, and that's something I can't do, but at the same time, I'm still a leader, so I still have a responsibility to encourage the guys, be there for the guys, and that's kind of the role that I'm taking right now.
Badgers need all the leadership they can get as they're still tied for first in the Big Ten West and still have a chance at the Big Ten title game. For more on Tanner Mordecai and the Wisconsin Badgers, be sure to tune in to the Wisconsin Huddle this Friday right after the 6 o'clock newscast. Badgers will take on Indiana this Saturday. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
It's the Veterans Day sale at Home Furniture, and everything is on sale. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices and a free USA flag blanket with any purchase. Plus, get free shipping. The Veterans Day sale, now at Home Furniture.
Corporate travel can come with surprises, and it's about time your hotel works for you.
What's that? You forgot your toiletries? Holiday Inn has you covered. From the delicious breakfast served hot and ready to helping you relax. Need a good workout? Let our staff do the heavy lifting. Our state-of-the-art workout facility will get you in and out before your next meeting. Holiday Inn Express in Onalaska, taking customer service to a whole new level.
Pilgrims in Arcadia is looking to add maintenance technicians and want you to apply. We offer you on-site training in our new state-of-the-art training center, flexibility with 4 different shifts, competitive pay, career advancement, and a hefty benefits program. Here's what our employees have to say.
I would encourage anybody looking for a job in maintenance to come to Pilgrims because we give them the opportunity to train and advance their careers through our program.
If you were looking for a good, stable, reliable job, Pilgrims is the place to work.
Apply in person at our recruiting office, Main Street, Arcadia.
Who's always behind the scenes helping make safe, regulated childcare possible in Wisconsin? DCF. We're your trusted source in support of quality childcare. Learn more at qualitychildcare.wi.gov.
Seeing clearly matters. Being seen matters more. Nobody cares for eyes more than Pearl.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin, in fall. Surrounded by breathtaking colors, with so many fall things to do, like picking and exploring. Celebrate fall in Prairie du Chien with us at one of many great events. Along the Mississippi, between the majestic river bluffs, fall in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. We'll see you soon.
For a limited time at Homeworld Rugs, when you buy one rug at sale price, you'll get another rug free with many different patterns, sizes, and shapes to choose from, and rug experts in every showroom to help you find a perfect rug. Buy one rug, get one free. Now at Homeworld Rugs.
In D.C., it's hard to find common ground on anything, but one Halloween tradition is something both parties and their dogs can agree on.
Capitol Hill was flooded this evening with dogs and their owners for the 4th annual bipartisan Halloween parade. This year, Senator Mitt Romney took on the role of Master of Ceremonies. Pups were dressed up as football players, lobsters, cowgirls, and bears. And there were plenty of belly rubs to go around.
Oh my gosh, I need to go there right now.
Yes, I know, a little lobster one.
Yep.
And bears.
Love it. We'll be right back after this.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts.
I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland,
as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Your sacrifice will never be forgotten.
Walt never smoked a day in his life, so when he developed a bad cough, we never thought lung cancer, but that's what it was. What gives a non-smoker lung cancer? A friend suggested we check the house for radon. Sure enough, it was high. We've had it taken care of now, but I wish we'd known sooner. Walt died 4 weeks and 5 days after the diagnosis. If you haven't had your home checked for radon, do it. Do it for your family. No one should lose someone they love because of this.
With Vygoff and Rohde, you don't just get a lawyer, you get the experience and power of our entire team of lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, and researchers. Vygoff and Rohde, Wisconsin's personal injury law firm for over 50 years.
All right, it's going to be still cold tomorrow, just 41, but we are going to start seeing the 50s here soon by Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. And with the time zone, don't forget the clock, and then rain maybe next week.
Don't forget. All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 10.
Happy Halloween.